Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today is June 14, 2019, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day, core retail sales coming out in the United States at 2:30 South African time. It is an important number. You want to know that it's coming out, and if there are any surprises, then you surely want to know that it's coming out. And then later, just a little bit later than that, Bank of England Governor Carney will be speaking. Now, the GBP has been really very flat. Okay, hasn't been trading up, hasn't been trading down. It's really been in a very tight range. It's summer trading. Also, lack of direction in the UK politics and UK legislation in regards to domestic fiscality and also regards to Brexit. So there's a little bit of less focus in the GBP right now. But looking at the euro, retraced on that double top. We'll take a look at that. And the Aussie dollar is just breaking lower. Okay, had a nice really rally to 70 and then, trading lower now. And we're going to take a look at that in just a moment. Now, looking at the indices, the JSE, the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, fantastic rally. Okay, almost close to its highs. We're going to take a look at that as well and see what we could expect. In commodities, gold actually breaks out on the upside, 1345, above 1345. That's a major correction for gold, as there seems to be some uncertainty in regards to inflation. And lastly, looking at the stocks, ALCOA bounces off the lows, but is still kind of weak. Okay, the markets in the indices in the Dow Jones is still kind of, sideways trading, no real direction there. So we got to take a look to see how that actually plays out. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect. So for a summer trade, this isn't bad. Looking at the Euro USD on a 4-hour chart, you can see that we've had this double top here at 1339, and we retrace down to 1270-ish level, okay, which is a nice 70 pip retracement. Okay, close to 70 pips. So where are we going to go from here? Well, the next real support level, we're kind of close to it right there at 1263. That's a minor support level. I would say 1225 is really the next real validated support level. But taking on a larger time frame, on a daily chart, you could see that actually a little bit below that is actually the next support level. Okay, but that double top is a double top. Okay, so the fact that we're retracing here, the euro getting stronger versus the dollar, this is an isolated case where we see that the Aussie and the GBP is still getting weaker versus the dollar. As we can see, the GBP just flatlining at 26.74, not much doing here. Okay, and we're right above that downwards trend line. Okay, if we do break it, we could definitely see it will go back down to the 125.70-ish level. Now, jumping on the Aussie dollar, look at that nosedive. Okay, and almost looking like a double top right there at 70.10, and then retracing down to 68.97. That's over 120 pips on the downside. So nice early retracement. The next real support level is 68.68. Okay, so that's really, just about 20 pips from that, 30 pips from that, so not much doing there. And if we do break that, that's a major correction for the Aussie dollar. Now jumping into gold, look at that at $46 an ounce, excuse me. And that's a nice little bounce there above that retracement, that resistance line. Okay, I had a hard time bringing that out. 1341 was the resistance, and we're breaking right above that. Okay, so this does mean like if it does move with some momentum, it may continue on the upside. Okay, a good chart for this would be a MACD, but you can see on the RSI we are above the 70, the overbought line. So this may not be solidified that it's breaking out necessarily. Okay, it may make a correction, but if it does continue and does have that oomph, that has that momentum in the volume, then we could see it sell even higher. Now looking in the JSE, this has really been the one this week, and massive rally there from 48,500 to 52,702. Now, this was at the bottom of the range, okay, as you can see here, and we're closing up at the top of the range. I'd like to see this break out, okay? If it does break out, then it's going to carry the rest of the markets because, South Africa, for better or for worse, is an emerging market. And with that said, although it is a matured market, with that said, if it's going to expand, that means, the rest of the markets are going to expand as well. So I'm looking at this very carefully, looking at the Dow Jones. You could see we're pretty much flatlining here, 26,158-ish. This is really sideways trading right now. Okay, not doing much. And you can see the MACD is really flatlining here. Very little volume. Okay, so not much participant. It is summer trading, so keep that in mind. Now, looking at ALCOA, they didn't let it go lower. Okay, 2090 was that low, bounced off of it to 2167. So with that said, maybe the markets are actually getting a little bit more solidified, perhaps, okay? But for the market to expand, I'd like to see ALCOA go higher, okay? We may still see that as the summer progresses. This is Fred Razak. Want to wish everybody a great trading day and a beautiful weekend. Thank you.